Welcome to the 2015 International Golden Compass Gala, as the maritime community receives much acclaim, as well as Joe Farrell for his contribution to the maritime community. A big congratulations. You are the man of the hour. How does it feel to be honored this evening?
I'm humbled, really. It's quite, if you read the names of the other people that are ahead of me, it's amazing. I'm very, very honored. It truly is. It's such a great organization as well, Andrea, you know, it is.
And tell us a little bit about what we can expect in a couple of hours.
Wow, you can expect to have one hell of a good time. We've got some surprises in store. You see I have my kilt on tonight. This is kind of an Irish tribute to Joe Farrell, who is a wonderful Irishman from Boston. And in honor of Joe's Irish heritage, we've kind of gone overboard in bringing some Irish features to the dinner tonight.
It's fun. We have a lot of fun with it, and there's a lot of cheering and a lot of celebrating when things go right, and we just feel as though we've just been blessed with this particular honoree. He's just amazing, and his organization is amazing. The people who support Joe are amazing people, so I think for me that's the sign of an astonishing leader, that his people love him and are so loyal to him, and they've worked a lot of long hours with us, so that's been a big piece of this.
So my advice to myself and maybe the rest of us here is don't wait till we get into a foxhole before we start looking up in life. And thank you, the Mariners, Seafarers, for what you guys do, giving back. You get a lot more out of it. Leslie and team, Gene, you guys are awesome. But truly, give back. But don't wait till you're in a foxhole before you start looking up. Work for me, huh? Think about it. And give yourselves all a round of applause for being here, supporting this great organization, all right? God bless you so much. Leslie, you're hot. Sarah, thank you for coming down, Sarah.
45 years of my life has been in the ocean and the military and all, but the last 35 years. But it's my people that make the coming. That's why it's not called Farrell's Salvage either. It's called Resolve, you know, it really is. It's a people, it's a family.
And this event is 26 years in the making, and it keeps getting bigger every year, correct?
It certainly does. We'll have over 400 people, and we've got an incredible honoree in Joe Farrell, who's, you know, the founder of Resolve, and a very, very important person in the maritime community in Fort Lauderdale, for sure.
Thank you.
Worldwide.
Looking back, did you ever think a wonderful event was going to really come to fruition like this?
I really had no idea, but I had a lot of faith. And that's what's getting us here. We have to really believe in our goals and our ambitions, and get the right team behind you, put your best foot forward, and here we are. So it's pretty exciting stuff.
You betcha. You know, I learned a lot about Joe on our first hunting trip together. Do you remember that, Joe? Remember that first hunting trip? Where are you? Where are you, buddy? There you are. Hey, you remember that one? Yes, the first hunting trip we had together, actually, Joe learned a lot about me. He learned the difference between me and Dick Cheney. You know the difference between me and Dick Cheney, right? When I shoot, they stay down.
Well, I tell you, Seafarers House just does so many wonderful things for seafarers from all over the place. When they come to Port Everglades, Seafarers House is there to make them feel at home, take care of them, connect them back with their families, you know, halfway across the world if need be. It's just so important.
Well, my role in this event is just to make sure people have a good time and feel welcome. Kind of like in the Casa, where we welcome the seafarers off the cargo ships and the cruise ships that come in every day to see us. About 150,000 people a year. So we take good care of them and make them feel welcome.
Everyone always thinks tourism, construction, real estate development are two biggest industries, and they are, but the marine industry is over $8 billion just to our community here. And this is over and above that. This is the cruise industry, the cargo industry, freight and everything else. It's tremendously important. It's you know, we live around water all around us, and it's a big part of our business.
I think people are beginning to understand the role of the mission of Seafarers House, and the fact that, you know, we're here to support our seafarers who take care of all the merchandise coming into the United States and worldwide. A lot of people don't appreciate, but 90% of all commerce in the world comes by ship. in the state of Florida, every gallon of gasoline that we burn in the state of Florida comes into this area by ship.
On the religious side, we provide religious counseling as well as emotional support and so forth when they get bad news at home or when they just want a friendly person to talk to.
So the merchant mariners in the world are very, very important players, and the general populace is beginning to understand and appreciate their role and the support that we give them.
And your career has really spanned years, and it's really impressive. And tell us from where you started to where you are today, and did you ever expect such an honor?
No, no, and no. Where we started was basically in a rowboat, so now we've got our own ships around the world. And no, I'm just I'm kind of blown away by this whole deal. I really am.
And little by little, this organization has definitely been making its way into the community. And how important is it for our community to be supporting this organization?
Oh, I think it's critically important. I think that the average man on the street, if you will, doesn't appreciate that 90% of everything we eat, drink, and wear comes to us through the hard work of seafarers. And these folks have long contracts away from home, and every port they come into is a strange port to them. So it's important as folks who live in South Florida and folks who live in the USA to be welcoming and to be good ambassadors for the state and the country, and that's a big piece of what Seafarers House does. We're all about hospitality to the maritime community.
Seafarers House is a nonprofit. It really relies upon this community to take care of it and fund it so that it can take care of those seafarers that in turn take care of us.
Well, Seafarers House is especially important because of what they do for our marine industry, our mariners that come into Port Everglades. And they operate on a very tight budget, so when we can put an event like this together, it's a great opportunity. Number one, for the Seafarers House, and number two, when we honor people like Joe Farrell, who's just a pillar of this community, the marine industry, what he's done. He was just honored last week as a Hall of Fame award winner for the Huizenga School of Entrepreneur. So he's just a great guy, and I'm glad to be here to support him.
First of all, remember, 90% of what you have travels across the oceans in a commercial ship to get to you. And the people that man those ships, those are seafarers. And they spend months at sea, taking care of those ships, making sure that the goods and the fuel that you want and make your life possible get to you. And I'm also with Royal Caribbean, and those same seafarers make your vacations on a Royal Caribbean or some other cruise ship just a dream of a lifetime.
The Seafarers House is so proud to be celebrating 26 years and will continue to be the backbone of the maritime industry. Until next time, I'm Andrea Ocampo for Eye on South Florida.